This video chart presentation of Troymet Exploration Corp brought to you by allpennystocks.com. Troymet trades on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the ticker TYE. You can see before you even scroll down, strong uptrend, a lot of momentum trying to come into this play. RSI is coming out oversold. That started way back in here. I'm not sure what happened to TYE, but had a big gap down. Found a bottom around 6 cents. Put itself together a pretty nice climb now. Being that the RSI has risen like that, we have to assume a lot of these other indicators are going to go along as well. You can see nice uptrend going on in the MACD. There's a good point in technical analysis. Trend back towards zero. There's the break of the money line. Price per share increase. Coming off kind of an offset pinch, but again, nice position for a reversal. Strong trend back towards zero. You can see this ADX moving up the way that it is now. It's getting up pretty high. That's a little bit of a concern. Doesn't guarantee a reversal, but it's something to keep your eye on to see these indicators start to reset themselves a little bit. Breaking through 50 for the ADX is a pretty high point. Everything just rolling right along with this, though. MFI is breaking through some downtrends through here. Nice upward movement. Accumulation distribution having a little bit of a tough time making higher highs. You want to see it come through and break through this area. Any sort of retrace, though, not a big deal. I'd like to see it hold down around here, not try and make some lower lows. Shaking money flow, of course, based on the accumulation distribution, on a little bit of a slide. Once again, somewhat to be anticipated. It's had a pretty nice climb, almost a true double recently. A little bit of profit taking could be going on. CCI still holding in bull chart territory. Again, any sort of retraces, look for it to hold right around that zero mark. It's a pretty neutral area, but you want to see it trading on the upper half of the indicator. Full stow showing a little bit of momentum has come out of the play, making a turn. 50 has been a tough point for it. You want to see it break back through 50. Of course, the tricks, we don't even have to draw a direct trend line on that. You can see the strong upward movement. Again, the break of zero. That's why we look at some of these charts to show what you look for when we're looking at them down in through here, or even perhaps when it gets closer. We'll comment, start to keep an eye on this because it's approaching a pretty critical area. If it can break through, it goes into bull mode. As I mentioned at the beginning, just a great uptrend with the RSI, strong channel upward. Important components there, the 14 and 21 holding over top of 50. Now, what would I look for in this chart at this point? First and foremost, still a gap up to 17 remains to be filled. Long climb from where it is, but that's the first thing that jumps out at me when I see the candles. Of course, a strong uptrend. It has some pretty nice support levels. That breakout of 9 cents was a pretty decent resistance level. I'd pull that back all the way to this 8.5 or 8 cent mark. If it did want to come back down and retrace some, in a perfect world, hold 9, continue to make the higher lows, continue the upward push. Worst case scenario, like to see it hold 8 cents. It would kind of give it a little double bottom sort of look after this recent climb. And it would still be holding that 50-day moving average. So that's some key things that I'd look for in these charts if it wants to retrace some. I'll throw that second line on there at 9 cents because that is the ideal support level it would hold. From a resistance standpoint, there's not a ton in its way. You can see it's dealing with 10.5 a little bit, 3 times. Bounced off of it. Look for that upper end resistance right there around 12.5. Obviously, that's the key shot to going through and filling the gap. And it's making higher highs. And all those things are critical to a chart coming off a bottom and keeping these indicators trending in a strong manner. But I think there are a few indicators that are certainly worth watching, as I mentioned with the ADX, to keep an eye on for any sort of flattening and start to retrace. If those things seem to coordinate with hitting around 12.5 cents, that's when my eyes would really start to be widening, as it might not break through that resistance level. I'd look for a little bit of a reset and then perhaps another pushback at it to try and take it out second time around. But as a technical stock to watch this week, it had a nice day yesterday. Closed up 5%, 264,000 shares traded. You can see volume is picking up just slightly over the last few days. So interest may be picking up in this chart. In a pretty decent position, though, to possibly go up here and challenge 12.5 this week. So we're going to keep this on the watch list and look for the key components that I spoke about in this video. As always, it's merely my interpretation of the TYE chart. I am not a financial consultant and strongly encourage you to do your own proper due diligence and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Please visit the allpennystocks.com website to view the full disclaimer disclosure. Do not base any investment decisions upon any material found on the website and/or video chart. No person employed by All Penny Stocks is a registered investment advisor or licensed broker-dealer. Thank you for watching and trade smart.